It's time for grassroots racers and fans to gather around. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, your destination for news and interviews within the Wisconsin racing scene, the upper Midwest, and from the world of motorsports. Thank you for joining us for our 38th season, America's longest-running weekly motorsports program held in front of a live audience. Tell your friends they still have time to join the racing crowd for tonight's show. And now, here is the host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado.
Hey fans and friends, how are you? Welcome on in to a July 26th edition of the Racing Roundup Show. We're live at Polly's Pub and Eatery for the next, 90 minutes, 2 hours, who knows. We want to help you have some fun. We have a great program lined up for you tonight. We're live tonight with America's #1 ranked sprint car driver, Justin Peck, appearing in a few minutes via video link after our first commercial break. We also have Bill Holland's in the groove covering the Larry Deachens Memorial at State Park Speedway. Dean Strom's in the house. He'll help us celebrate with what is now turned into the Frank Smith Birthday Bash. Bunches of people are here hanging out with Frank on his birthday. Frank's birthday is today. 26-time area champion Frank Smith is in the house. We'll have Frank up here and have some great story time with Frank Smith on his birthday. We have some special guests to share a story or two as well. We could do this show, but we could not do it without our great sponsors. So when you hear these commercials, please respect and listen to them and say, you know what, I want to buy their product. I want to buy their service. That makes this show possible. It's our 38th season of the Racing Roundup Show. We're getting on going here. We're not wasting any time. We're getting in the push-off area. We'll be right back on the Racing Roundup Show live at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Come on back and join us.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundup.show.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Add value and beauty to your home or commercial property with professional landscaping from Central Services Company, Incorporated. The team at Central Services is their personal choice of over 45 years of satisfied customers in Southeast Wisconsin for landscape design, construction, and grounds maintenance. Call Central Services at 262-548-0005 for all your landscaping and lawn care needs. No job is too large or too small. From lawn fertilization and weed control to award-winning landscape construction and building your backyard patio oasis, Central Services is your full-service landscape company. Call the experts at Central Services at 262-548-0005 for a free, no-obligation consultation at your home or business. Find out why Central Services can provide you with the visual difference in the art of landscaping and lawn care. Call 262-548-0005. Central Services, the visual difference in landscaping.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair, from oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dowsman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dowsman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
ARR has been recycling for over 80 years and is here to help you with your spring cleaning. Take them your recyclable metals and they'll pay you cash. ARR buys aluminum, brass, copper, lead, and steel. And contractors, ARR has a bonus program just for you that puts more cash in your pocket. Find their full list of accepted materials at ARR1938.com. ARR with locations in West Dallas, Waukesha, and Milwaukee, right next to Miller Park. ARR Recycling since 1938.
Welcome back to the Racing Roundup Show. For 38 years, your home for all things Wisconsin and the motorsport scene across the country. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or commercial property, choose Matt Rapina, Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty. Matt Rapina, Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty can list and buy your property with confidence. Hire a realtor that has the knowledge and expertise to get your deal done. Not all realtors are the same. Choose Caldwell Banker Home Sale Realty and list it with Matt Rapina. Knowledge is power, hire knowledge. Visit mattrapina.com. mattrapina.com is the website to find how you can buy or sell your next property. We are happy to be joined by the driver that's been ranked number 1 in America when it comes to sprint car racing across the United States. Let's welcome in the driver that number 13, Coastal Race Parts Swing Sprint Car, Justin Peck. Justin, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
I am reading up on you. I was excited that our friend Greg Lapine said, let's get Justin Peck on the show. I said, absolutely. This is an exciting year for you, man. You're just 22 years of age, but you've been tearing it up. I'm looking at an average finish of 5.6 over 60 races. This is an incredible season for you, hasn't it been?
Yeah, thank you. I think it all just kind of started last year. I got hooked up with a good motorsports team, and Tom Book, the owner, surrounded me with just a bunch of good guys, and we were able to click right away. And then going into this year, we had a whole year to kind of mesh and gel and just kind of understand what each other wanted. So I think that's kind of the contributing factor. It's been a great year though. I feel like it's it's cool that we're running good, but it's almost a little bit of a disappointment. We've got 5 wins. I feel like we should be a little bit ahead of that, but just got to clean a little bit of stuff up. Maybe spend a little bit more time on engines, a little bit more time on maintenance. Kind of got to clean up the stuff on my side. So running good, but still got to keep working.
There's 13 or 14 full-time All-Stars. There's 12 or 13 full-time World of Outlaw guys. There's guys like Larson and Macedo and you name it. Rico shows up on a given occasion. You're racing against the best of the best, and you're finishing top 5 more often than not. What kind of effort does this take? How many cars, how many people you put together to put this schedule together and run so strong?
Yeah, so as far as full-time guys, we just, I've got my crew chief, Sean, and our other guy, Kurt, he does the tires, does our suspension stuff, then we have myself, so, it's a lot of hard work, man, it's a lot of hours that, it kind of feels like you work 7 days a week, and when you're not working, you're racing, so it's a lot of time and effort, but, if you really want it, it's not too bad.
Justin Peck joining us again, the number 1 ranked sprint car driver in the nation. Coming into this big weekend, we're also looking ahead for a few weeks down the road, the Knoxville Nationals. There's a lot going on in the schedule. How do you choose your schedule as a full-timer with the Tezos All-Star Circuit of Champions and then finding out where else you can race maybe in proximity or just want to run for some serious cash on a given night and not run an All-Star event? How do you choose that?
Yeah, so obviously we're full-time with the All-Stars, so we kind of have to base everything we do, around that, say, 60 points race schedule. It's not that bad once you factor in all the big stuff that you want to do. Knoxville Nationals, Kings Royal, National Open. With our team being based out of Pennsylvania, it makes it kind of easy. There's a lot of good racing there in Pennsylvania, and it's almost if we were running the All Stars, I feel like we'd race a lot more out there. Just the shops, within an hour and a half, pretty much everywhere. All the cool racetracks in Central Pennsylvania. So. Go with the All-Stars and kind of do that. You factor in the big races, with as much racing going on around our area, man, you can put together 100 races pretty easy.
So are you inside or outside that Pennsylvania posse circle right now? What do they treat you as, the fans and the competitors? Because I know they're loyal to their guys, and are you one of them, or are you one of those guys that comes in and out for we'll put up with Justin Peck, he's one of us too?
Yeah, if I go to a race that's Outlaws versus Posses, they always seem to claim me, but if we go there for the All-Star stuff, we're an All-Star, I can't deny it, but I find that I've got a lot of love in Pennsylvania, and I love going there, and I love racing there. The fans are awesome. I like most of the racetracks there. So, I feel like if we ever weren't a full-time All-Star, we'd probably be claimed by Posse.
It's a grueling schedule. How do you get up and down the road when you're racing this many times in a given week all summer long?
Yeah, it just takes a lot of time and planning, and that's what makes my guys so good. Is my crew chief Sean takes care of all of our travel stuff and making sure we got what we need to get up and down the road. Tom Booth, he comes in the shop, he gives us what we need. He just he knows how to be an owner, man. He knows how to put a good race team together. Kind of knows how to guide us in the right direction and gives us all the pieces we need. So you have that combination together, and have the relationship that all me and my guys have. It makes getting up and down the road a lot of fun. It makes it a little bit easier when you're not so stressed out all the time.
Speaking of Justin Peck, sitting second in the points in the Tezos All-Star Circuit of Champions. 4 of those 5 wins this year came within the All-Stars. It seemed like you caught fire in May. Tyler Courtney caught fire over the weekend at Lake of the Ozarks. You finished 6th and 7th in the 2 features there. How much do you scratch your head, and how much do you say, man, my helmet's down, worrying about what I need to do in a given day? Because he now has that point lead, but I'm saying in terms of the the scope of things, catching fire at the right time. You guys have had your moments together, haven't you?
Yeah, once it seems like when you string a few together, your confidence level just kind of rises a little bit. When you're up front, you feel like you could have done a little bit here or there. Sometimes it can take a toll on you, but you got to look at it this way. The good thing about this sport is you have a bad night on Saturday, you're going to race it again on Friday. So you just kind of got to clear your mind and focus on what you can control, and just kind of look forward to the next one.
I'd like to revisit, if we could, your trip to Wisconsin, end of May. It was supposed to be a three-night trip, but rained out at Wilmot on Friday night. You finished 8th at Plymouth after qualifying 4th, and you won the B main to get in the show. And then at Angel Park Speedway, you qualified second. You finished second in the feature after winning the dash. I mean, that's got to be kind of fun. Do you remember those nights? And was it the first time you came through Wisconsin to run with the All-Stars?
Yeah. As far as running the sprint car stuff, that was my first trip up there. But before I got into the sprint car stuff, Dad and I were racing midgets. We were doing the power ice schedules. We seem to find ourselves at Angel Park a lot, and I love those tracks up there, man. I wish we could go there more than just one weekend a year. It's a trip that I have a lot of fun at. I know a lot of people up there. I have a lot of friends around that area, so it's always a good time going up there. And it's just one of those deals. I mean, we have a pretty good balance on the race car, and we kind of went into that weekend looking forward to it. So we might have had a little bit more pep in our step, and just maybe put in that little bit of extra effort that it takes to have a winning race car night in and night out. And Plymouth was just kind of a bad deal. If that was an off night, but we were able to bounce back and run 8th, and that's just kind of what it takes to win championships. Those bad nights, you still got to run inside the top 10. So it's just a testament to my guys and that they keep plugging away all the time.
Up next at the All-Stars, I-70 Speedway, the newly redesigned this Thursday and Friday night. And then you got Knoxville on Saturday. That's going to be a big show. You're going to be using that as a tune-up at all for anything else maybe coming up in a couple weeks at Knoxville.
Yeah, Sean's got a lot of experience, and so does Kurt, racing around Knoxville and half-mile stuff. And, going into last year, I really didn't have a whole lot of experience, big races in general, but especially Knoxville Nationals. They kind of guided me into the right mindset, and the package that they have worked on together with the race cars that we have, it's pretty freaking close. So I think it's just about getting yourself in the right mindset, making the right adjustments at the right time, and always fine-tune it and just putting yourself that step ahead when you get there.
So when I went to Justin Peck Racing on Facebook, and it's at Justin Peck Racing, a nice friend of yours said, you know what, Miller Lite, which is made right here in Milwaukee, is missing out on their number one spokesman. That could be you. It's got to be something you have enjoyable times with. Miller Lite in hand, what do you do crazy when it comes to victory celebrations? I've only seen still photos of your wins thus far.
Yeah, so the story behind that is we were racing at Port Royal.
Okay.
And our car owner, Tom, was there, and he was like, hey, man, if you win tonight, take this beer and just start spraying it everywhere. That'd be awesome. Take a cool picture. So that's kind of how it started. We got hot. We won at Port Royal, and we won the next week at the Grove, and then it just seemed like we kept clicking them off after that. So it started out as a joke, and it kind of turned into my thing, and it's a lot of fun, man. My guys we have a good time, and there's always cold Miller Lights in the cooler, so it's pretty easy to find.
I know it's a busy schedule. We really appreciate you taking time out tonight. We wish you well this weekend at I-70 and for the rest of the season. You've made some fans here in Wisconsin cheering on for Justin Peck. How about I say for Justin Peck for joining us here tonight live at our crowd here in the audience at Polly's and watching. Thank you so much, Justin, for taking the time out and joining us tonight on the Racing Roundup Show.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, and you ever want to have me on in the future, just let me know.
And here's to more Miller Lights, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We'll celebrate with Justin Peck. Great driver. Great. He's sitting second in points right now on the All-Stars. He's also run 8 outlaw races this year, 60 races. He's finishing average in top 5. He is a stud behind the wheel of that blue and yellow number 13. Looking forward to seeing him race again. He wants to come back to the Prairie. Love to see him race more often if his schedule allows. We are going to take a commercial break. Actually, I'm going to read I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to read the NASCAR report after I read you what's going to happen with the IRA this weekend at Plymouth. I'm getting excited because there's a lot of folks here tonight. You're welcome to come on down and join us. We are hanging out at Polly's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield in West Dallas, right across the Milwaukee Mile. And this coming Saturday night, the earth-shaking, ground-pounding, 900-horsepower Thunder, the bumper-to-bumper IRA Outlaw Sprint Series, storms into the Plymouth Dirt Track on Saturday night, July 30th. It's going to be big. Joining IRA at the all-open wheel program will be the 360 Sprints, plus the Mighty Badger Midgets. See the best in the upper Midwest this Saturday night at Sheboygan County Fair Park's Plymouth Dirt Track. Ticket windows open at 4 p.m. with on-track action beginning at 5:30. Racing at 6:45. Don't miss the very special open-wheel triple header this coming Saturday night at Plymouth Dirt Track. Come feel the thunder. Looking forward to seeing you there. If you have a chance to join us in person at Plymouth, make sure you send a pic and say, hey, I'm glad you heard about it on the Racing Roundup Show, and I'm glad that Steve Sinclair and the boys and girls with the IRA are going to be in action this coming Saturday night at Plymouth. It's time for the Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin NASCAR report. Interstate is a leading and founding sponsor of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries are the #1 replacement battery in North America, and Interstate Batteries of Southeast Wisconsin has a battery for every one of your needs. Visit interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. It was a piece of 5-inch tape, long packing tape, 5 inches long, underneath the vinyl wrap that was covered on the leading edge of both front fenders on Denny Hamlin's and Kyle Busch's disqualified Cup cars at Pocono. The JGR teammates finished 1-2, but their cars and finishes were disqualified, handing the win to a third-place finisher, Chase Elliott. That gives Chase 4 wins in the last 10 races, and he's in his second in the last 5 if he didn't win them. So it's amazing on the run he had in those races he did not win. There were 13 lead changes among 10 drivers at Pocono on Sunday. Kurt Busch crashed in the second-round qualifying on Saturday, was not cleared to race due to concussion-like syndromes, he said. So Ty Gibbs made his Cup debut in the McDonald's Toyota and finished 18th. The last time a Cup driver stepped out of his car, a Cup champion, was replaced on short notice, was also driving a McDonald's sponsored car. You remember that? Bill Elliott stepped out of his number 94 Ford in 1998 to attend his father's funeral. Stepping in, Matt Kenseth. Yes, that Matt Kenseth drove that groovy number 94 to 6th place at Dover that weekend. So I want to remind you that McDonald's and that first-time debut in NASCAR Cup kind of rings home quick. Thanks to Dan Margetta, a friend of our show, for the tip of the cap on a post he put out there saying, hey, let's do the math. McDonald's, first time, Matt Kenseth, Ty Gibbs. Tyler Reddick was elevated to second in the finish. Daniel Suarez III with Seabell and Young Money in fourth and fifth. In a rare reason out for Slinger's Josh Bilicki, he was credited with a 34th place finish due to accident. Franklin, Wisconsin, Sam Mayer overcame 2 flat tires to rally a 6th place finish on Saturday in the Xfinity Series race. His Junior Motorsports teammate and Cup-bound driver Noah Gregson edged out Ty Gibbs for the win at Pocono. Josh Berry and A.J. Allmendinger were scored 3rd and 4th. Saturday's truck race. It was the 16th and last race of the regular season, and Stratford, Wisconsin's Derek Kraus just missed running the playoffs as a playoff contender. He finished 9th and did not have enough points to advance into the playoffs as one of those 10 drivers. Chandler Smith won his second race of the season and led a whopping 49 of 60 laps around the tricky triangle. Ryan Preece and John Hunter Nemechek finished ahead of Corey Heim and Carson Hocevar. Seymour's Ty Majeski is now in the playoffs after his 7th place finish at Pocono. We're expecting NASCAR drivers Carson Hocevar, Derek Kraus, Ty Majeski, Matt Kenseth coming back to the WIR for the first time in 15 years. They're racing this Tuesday night. So is Eric Jones and Johnny Sauter. They're racing against the stars and cars of the ARCA Midwest Tour this coming Tuesday at Wisconsin International Raceway in the Gander Auto Group 250. We'll be live there with our show at the front gate at 5:30 on Tuesday night. So looking forward to seeing you there. The Midwest Tour race pays $15,000 to win. They're joined by the Midwest Truck Series. It'll be a lot of fun. More on that with Dean here in a few moments. The Pocono ARCA Menard Series race was weather threatened all day Friday with heavy rains leading to early darkness and canceling truck qualifying. The race started on time, but it got really dark really fast. I was there, and rain was in the area. Darkness was settling in. I was in the pits. It was a crazy race watching Taylor Gray's team struggle to get fuel into his Ford on lap 30 pit stop. The pace car rolled past Gray while his car was still in the pits, and ARCA officials deemed his car lost the lap because he didn't beat the pace car out. Gray and his team were upset by leadership by veteran Cup crew chief Chad Johnston, who's been everywhere Taylor's been the last couple of years. Kept things cool. Wouldn't you know, Gray had enough fuel, stayed out, while others had to pit on lap 60. Gray stayed out, won the race. There was an incident in the last lap of the race involving 5th place running Jesse Love and what appeared to be a nudge forcing Love to spin by then 13th place running Sammy Smith. We've seen these teenagers racing a bunch around here in Supers, and it's going to be several years with them racing with each other in various levels professionally, so we'll keep an eye on those two young drivers as the finish was not satisfactory for at least Jesse Love's team. This coming weekend, NASCAR ascends on the racing capital of the world, Indianapolis. 6 Cup drivers are entered in the Saturday Xfinity Series race on the Indy Road Course. Santino Ferrucci is racing in the Xfinity Series race and is on standby if IndyCar driver Joseph Newgard is not medically cleared by the IndyCar staff to race after his crash last weekend at Iowa Speedway. Kyle Larson raised his hand on Twitter saying, "Hello, I'll volunteer for that ride." Wouldn't that be cool? That'd be reminding us of like AJ and the Unsers and Gordon Johncock and the AJ Foyt and Mario and the Bettenhausens. They'd race 3 races during the Wisconsin State Fair, wouldn't they? They ran stock cars and Indy cars. It's an Indy car and stock car weekend at Indy on the road course. It'd be kind of cool to see Larson get a shot. That'd be pretty cool if you ask me. The NASCAR Truck Series will be racing this Friday night in a twin bill with the ARCA Menard Series at Lucas Oil IRP. Yep, the NASCAR trucks are back at IRP. Keep it locked on FS1 on your DVR this Friday night. I'll be working both races in my production role with NASCAR Productions for the ARCA and truck races in back-to-back fashion on Friday. Thursday night, if you're in Indy and want to join us, there'll be several NASCAR and ARCA drivers and media types like me taking part in the charity go-kart challenge at Sarah Fisher's Speedway Indoor Karting. Free Reese's candy and other prizes. You can race too. You can race against me if you want. I'll be on the track at some point. Green flag starts at 7. If you're watching our show on Flow Racing or have a subscription to Flow Racing on the app, the 500 Sprint Car Tour is racing this Monday night, August 1st at the Lucas Oil IRP. I'll be hosting the MAP TV on Flow Racing broadcast, including the 25-car Sprint Car entry list already. Ken Schrader in the car he ran in the Little 500, and Kyle Larson racing a sprint car with the Klatt Racing team that Bob East takes care of, and he's also racing a midget. That's Monday night, August 1st. Should be fun. Should be a lot of fun to call. Check out 500sprintcartour.com for details. Tickets are free if you get them in advance. Go to 500sprintcartour.com to see how you can get free tickets. Fan admission is free this coming Monday. I'll see you there. You can see me one way or the other on MAP TV on Flow Racing. Advanced pricing ends tomorrow for the August 4 through 7 IMSA Fast Lane Sports Car Weekend at Road America. All kids ages 16 and under are free with paid adult. The weekend starts with Thursday, August 4th in the afternoon practice for 2 single mark series along with the Michelin Pilot Challenge. Friday, more practice in the morning, followed by the first practice session for the WeatherTech Championship cars at 11:05 a.m. There's a 1:15 IMSA Driver Fan Forum at the Tufty Center on Friday. Saturday's full day of activity at Road America starts at 8 a.m. and ends with Road America 240 for the Michelin Pilot Challenge at 1:15. That's a long race. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch the 2 classes race on Saturday afternoon, August 5th. The timing has been moved up as well. The morning start for the big race on Sunday, August 7th. Sorry, the 6th is a Saturday. I apologize. Saturday's full day of activity starts at 8 a.m. Ends with the Road America 240 for the Michelin Pilot Challenge at 1:15. The timing has been moved up to the start of an earlier start on Sunday. So if you're going to Road America for the IMSA race weekend, they're moving it up. The race day begins at 8:20. At 8:30, there's an autograph session on Sunday morning. Grid walk at 9:20. Formation laps at 10:30. Green flag at 10:40 a.m. already for the IMSA Fast Lane Sports Car Weekend for the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship race. Again, advanced ticketing pricing ends tomorrow at roadamerica.com. So if you're going, get tickets now. Know the schedule. Sunday is going to be bright and early. Going green for the WeatherTech sports cars at 10:40 a.m. on Sunday, August 7th at Road America. Go to roadamerica.com for more details. When we come back, we're talking about short track racing in a lot of ways. And we're talking about Frank Smith, the birthday boy. We're hanging out with Frank tonight at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Bobby G's in the house. Great to see you guys here. A lot of friends, a lot of smiling faces as well. Come on down and join the racing crowd. We'll be right back.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Need a pack and move? Well, we do a lot of them. And we have all the proper materials to pack your belongings safe and sound so they arrive in the same condition as they went out in. Packing boxes, bubble wrap, mirror packs, lamp boxes, dish packs. We get the job done right. Packed and labeled properly so it all ends up in the right spot in your new place. This is Rick Vanderboom. Blue Mountain Express, moving and storage, will improve your move. BlueMountainExpress.com, we will improve your move. Statewide.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
This Saturday at Dell's Raceway Park, it's the Chasing Daylight Animal Shelter Night. Hot racing action with 5 exciting divisions featuring the UMA Pro Late Models. Gates open at 3, qualifying at 4:30, racing at 6. General admission tickets can be purchased in advance at DellsRacewayPark.com. Dell's Raceway Park, located 2 miles west of I-90-94 and exit 85, just off Highway 12. Dell's Raceway Park, where the best in the Midwest race.
427-1000 American Foundation. Cracks and leaks in your basement, have no fears. We've been fixing those things for over 60 years. Trust and dedication, that's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
When we decided to get our crack leaky basement done, I am so glad we called American Foundation. It gave us a sense of confidence, and it gave us our basement back.
And it was the right choice.
Thank you very much. American Foundation Specialist has been fixing basements since 1947. Satisfied customers are the future at American. Call American for huge savings at
427-1000. American Foundation.
We're back on the Racing Roundup show on this July 26th edition. Thanks for coming down. It's been a lot of fun seeing a lot of familiar faces and a lot of faces we haven't seen in a while. Join us here at Polly's Pub and Eatery. Next Tuesday, we're live at Wisconsin International Raceway at 5:30 at the front gate. Thanks to our friends at Lamers and as well as Lake Park Pub in Menasha and our friends at D'Angelo's Construction sponsor our road show. And in 2 weeks' time, we're on the road again to the Cellar on Oak Creek Automotive night number 2 on August 9th. So join us there. More information on our website, racingroundupshow.com. ARR West Dallas Recycling is at 80th and Burnham. ARR Waukesha Recycling is at 1001 Tesh Court. And you can cash in at National Salvage on South 44th Street across from where the Milwaukee Brewers play. Visit AlliedResourceRecovery.com. Go to one of their 3 locations and turn your recyclables into cash today. Reminder, next week, Tuesday, we're live at the front gate of Wisconsin International Raceway. Another huge short track race. Our D'Angelo's Construction Road Show is live at 5:30. Racing on Tuesday night, August 2nd at WIR includes the Midwest Truck Series and a $15,000 to win 250-lap ARCA Midwest Tour race. Thanks to D'Angelo's Construction. We're looking forward to that. Danny Lamers, what a great guy. Lamers Driving Experience for Charity, and Brian at Lake Park Pub. Thank you for getting us involved. Get there early. The Midwest Tour will be in action. Was in action this past Sunday. They're racing in the prestigious Larry Deachin's Memorial. Our Bill Holland was there with this week's installment of In the Groove. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Bill Holland in the Groove at State Park Speedway, home of the annual Larry Deachin's Memorial. This race, one of the biggest racing events in north central Wisconsin, dates back to 1981, honoring one of Wisconsin's great short track racers. We'll see the ARCA Midwest Tour stars and cars go at it for 125 laps in the main event, but we'll begin on Friday night with the Big 8 Series. Leading the contenders is defending Big 8 champion John Reynolds Jr., who's always run well at State Park Speedway.
It's racy. I think it's a driver's track. You know, you slide around a lot, so you really got to move around and try to find grip, you know, and that can change 10 laps in, 20 laps in, 30 laps in, so it's fun that way. I like it.
Cambridge, Wisconsin's Dale Nottestad enters the night leading the Big 8 point standings.
There might not be a lot of cars tonight, but everybody here is capable of winning and running up front, so it'll be tough to pass, I'm sure, if you can save your stuff and be there at the end, and hopefully you can hang on.
In a return to his roots, 2-time series champion and 2-time ARCA Midwest Tour champ Casey Johnson is entered in the Big 8 field. He'll pull double duty this weekend.
It's just fun, you know. We don't get to do that much limited late racing no more, and I figured we had to come up here tomorrow to run the super late with the Midwest Tour, so thought we'd add a little bit to our Deachin's weekend.
Fast qualifier honors go to Minnesota driver Michael Ostick, another driver to watch tonight.
We just like running here. We don't really change much over from Elko. It's not too far, and it's a nice Friday night, so that's kind of why we're out here. Just have some fun, race, and hopefully get a decent finish tonight.
Jerry Mueller in the 49 and Adam Oxborough in the 25 lead the field to green for the first of 58 laps. It's Mueller in the lead. Oxborough, Randy Sargent in the 11 with Casey Johnson fourth in the 5 car. It's a tough night for Iowa driver Brian Allen into the tire barrier in turn 3. Mueller leads the field to the green on the restart, but we aren't green for long. Trouble in turn 2 as cars scatter. We're under caution again. Jerry Mueller, our leader, is having a strong season in the Big 8 Series. He leads Johnson, John Reynolds in the X car, heat race winner Grant Brown, and a full field giving chase. And new leader, Casey Johnson, puts the 5 car up front. Johnson, one of the winningest drivers around, taking over the top spot. But watch Grant Brown. He's very good here at State Park Speedway, and he's coming after the 5 car. Grant Brown with the pass on Casey Johnson, and we have a new leader. It's Brown, Johnson, and John Reynolds in third. But trouble for driver X. Something is broken in the front end, and his bad luck in 2022 continues. The battle up front isn't decided just yet. Casey Johnson makes his move to take back the top spot. No driver has ever won both the Big 8 and Midwest Tour features in the Deachins Memorial Weekend. Casey Johnson just took the first step, taking the checkers in the Big 8 main event.
Yeah, I think I won this race in 14 or something like that with the Big 8 Series. This is the first time I came up here, second time, but it's like riding a bike, I guess.
Casey Johnson has an opportunity to make history. No one has ever won the Big 8 and Midwest Tour features here. And competition just got tougher as rain Saturday pushed this race to Sunday afternoon, opening the door for defending Deachins champion Ty Majeski. Only 2 active drivers have won 3 Deachins Memorial Championships. Merrill's Chris Weinkoff will try for his 4th in his first race of the year.
I got a lot of family, a lot of friends right from this area. We're 20 minutes north of here. It's really special to come and be a part of this.
Married to Larry Deachin's daughter, this race is personal for 3-time Memorial winner Mark Mackesy.
There's a lot of good iron here, and we're up against it, that's for sure. We're up against City Hall, but that's the fight inside in all of us, I think, is to be the complete underdog and David versus Goliath.
Another driver to watch, Verona's John Beal, who sets fast qualifying time.
My dad was on Larry's crew. It's part of the reason why I'm number 5 from his number 25. So to be at the Larry Deachins Memorial on a Sunday afternoon in July and get fast time, we're good with it.
3-time Deachins Memorial champion Chris Weinkoff and 3rd-generation State Park regular Race Hayes lead the field to green, and the main event is underway. Weinkoff has had a lot of success here over his career. He leads Casey Johnson, past Deachins winner Gabe Summers in the 15, former State Park champion Jeremy Lepak in the 40, Luke Fenhouse in the 4, and Ty Majeski in the 91. Trouble early for Levon Vandergeest in the 23 and Race Hayes 02. On the restart, it's Weinkoff and Majeski who's chosen the high side. The inside lane might be the preferred line here, but taking a chance on the outside will pay off for Ty Majeski. The 5-time Midwest Tour champion pulling away, with Casey Johnson now 2nd, Weinkoff 3rd, Luke Fenhouse 4th, and Gabe Summers 5th. Ty Majeski won this race a year ago. He's pulling away from the field. Johnson continues in 2nd, and trouble on the backstretch for Luke Fenhouse. Caution flies, and the 4-car heads to the pits. Back to green flag racing, and Ty Majeski looks to have the car to beat. The 91 leading Johnson in the 5. Ty Majeski looking very strong in his bid for a 2nd straight Deachins Memorial Championship. Johnson, trying to sweep the Big 8 and Midwest Tour features this weekend, runs 2nd. Jonathan Island, the former Midwest Tour champion, 3rd in the 77. Fast qualifier John Beal is coming through the field, making the pass on Chris Weinkoff for 4th place. And the leaders are in real traffic. The gap between the 91 and 5 cars is closing, but there are cars in between as the leaders make their way through the field. And a spin on the front stretch. Mark Mackesy in the 12 car with 13 laps to go. John Beal will take the outside lane on the restart. The 91 and 5B up front as we go green. Once again, it's Majeski leading. Casey Johnson right there in 2nd. 7 ARCA Midwest Tour championships between these two. Both drivers past winners of this race. Casey Johnson right on Ty Majeski's back bumper. Can Johnson make the pass on the high side? We'll find out right now. 2 of the best ever on the ARCA Midwest Tour racing for the Larry Deachins Memorial Championship. And the 91 goes around 3 laps from the finish. The caution is out. Majeski and Johnson will both go to the back. This changes everything as Jonathan Island leads the field to green on a single file restart. Island has always run well here at State Park, and he will hold off Jeremy Lepak and Luke Fenhouse to win his first Deachins Memorial Championship, his first Midwest Tour win in 9 years.
I don't even know the last time we won a tour race, but I know it's been a long time, and man, does it ever feel good. Obviously, it's unfortunate what happened with Ty and Casey there, but hey, at this point in my career, I'll take them anyway and get them. So it was very, very cool. I mean, just the biggest thing is, it's not giving up, because you never know what can happen.
For Casey Johnson and Ty Majeski, bitter disappointment. But for Jonathan Island,
a victory he can celebrate for a long time to come. I'm Bill Holland. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who makes this program possible. We'll see you next time we go in the groove on the Racing Roundup Show.
Thank you, Bill Holland, for that report. Thank you, Bill. Always great to see Bill on the program. And it was a big race on Sunday. The Larry Deaches Memorial. It was a 3-day festival. It was supposed to be Friday, Saturday.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be 2 days.
And here's Dean Strahm with more details, because you were there for 2.5 days, but you were not able to stick around for the show.
Couldn't stick around for the Sunday show, but I did follow up. And Casey Johnson finished 9th. Ty Majeski finished 8th. They both had to go to the back for their involvement in that incident. And Casey Johnson, after the race, went right over to Ty, and they talked about it like two grown adult racers. And, Ty said, man, if I hit you, I sure didn't hit you much. And Ty said, I can't tell you. I don't know if you hit me, but I was so loose and I couldn't go. And so they agreed if there was contact, it wasn't much and it wasn't on purpose. And they said they shook hands and walked away, and they're good with each other.
And we should also tell you that they're both racing this coming Tuesday. We're taking our show to the front gate of D'Angelo's Construction Roadshow, Dean. That's going to have a lot of star power. We're talking about NASCAR Cup Series champion Matt Kenseth back at Kaukauna. He won the track championship there. He hasn't been there in 15 years.
Hall of Famer.
Yes, NASCAR.
Can we call him a Hall of Famer? Because he hasn't been inducted.
He's a inductee.
Inductee.
Designate. Okay. I don't know what that means. Yeah. So Kenseth is racing. Eric Jones is racing. We got a couple other guys racing, like Casey Johnson, Derek Kraus, Ty Majeski,
Carson Hocevar. And there was one tonight, Jim, just added. Can we talk about it?
Breaking news. We shouldn't tell you until 7-11 tonight. But
when the press release comes out.
Yep. Tell us, Dean, who is it?
Stephen Nasse.
In Steve Aples, number 51. Steve has won the Red, White, Blue State Championship at Kaukauna. Aples' car, Stephen Nasse from Pinellas Park, Florida, is racing this Tuesday for the $15,000 to win.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. He hasn't raced there before, so to see him come up in a car, running in Steve's car, that he knows how to get around the place. That car's won on the place. It's really going to give put Stephen in the best position possible. I think.
Matt Kenseth is racing in the car that won this race a year ago, Paulie Schaefer's car. Matt's in that ride. Johnny Sauter's in his own car.
Very cool. It should be a stacked field. It's Jim. It is one of the biggest shows, one of the biggest super late model shows in the entire Upper Midwest. So it's going to be cool. It's great to be there. It's great to be a part of it. You and I are going to get to be a part of it on MidwestTour.tv, and it's great to have the show right at the front gate. It's really a scene.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Get there early. Get there like 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock maybe. Just enjoy the day. Practice for both divisions.
You can get there earlier than that.
You can get there like Wednesday. Yeah, like tomorrow. Just go tomorrow. Lots to see and do in Kaukauna.
Yep.
The Paper Valley. Dean, what's going on in the world of short track racing?
What were you trying to get Casey Roderick's lady friend to go to last year?
Oh, yeah. So in Appleton, he actually had a guy that came up and it was stuck in Appleton for a day. I said, go to the Harry Houdini Museum. The magician, Harry Houdini, has a museum in Appleton, his native city.
You would be the only guy at Wisconsin International Raceway, Jim, that would know that and tell people to go and do that.
And then you need to go and tell me his real name because I forgot.
It's time for the Bonafide Security Solutions Short Track Report for camera and alarm systems for your home or business, program card access, and gun safes. It's a lock. Support the racers at Team Bonafide by calling 262-790-9400 or go online bonafidesafe.com. Bonafide protects what you value. This Saturday night.
We say that every Saturday.
This Saturday night. We're going to do it for sure. We'll feature the Wisconsin Wingless Sprints, IRA Lightning Sprints, Modifieds, and Bandits in the thrice postponed Founders Night celebration at Wilmot Raceway.
That means 3, and that's been 7 rainouts this year for Wilmot on Saturdays.
Man,
Crazy.
Oh man, tough break. CK Contractors LLC.com brings us the happenings at Wilmot Raceway. Hire the pros at CK Contractors for Lake Michigan shore restoration, lot grading, excavation, retention pond building, and a whole lot more. For more information, go to wilmotraceway.com. Rain, again, washed out the program Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park. This coming Saturday is Chasing the Daylight Animal Shelter Night at DRP. The WIR Sport Trucks join the weekly program. Qualifying's at 4:30, racing at 6. For details, including how to buy tickets in advance, you can log on to DellsRacewayPark.com. And August 13th, it was just announced, August 13th at Dells Raceway Park, they're going to try the super late models again. Running twin 75-lap features for the super late. So
both paying $5,000 to win. They're alive for 5 races.
Yep.
Huge.
4 tires for 2 $5,000 win races. That's
All
a big
right.
deal.
Bring it.
Yep.
Bring it.
Jim, 1 week ago, almost to the minute, where was Brian Holtz?
He was sitting next to me at Heaven City
On
the
this
Greenfield
show?
Gallery Car Show.
On the Racing Roundup show?
He started our show with his engine firing. How did his engine work on Sunday, Dean?
Well, last Sunday, he was in Victory Lane at the Slinger Super Duper.
There you go.
No, it's Jeff Holtz. I said Brian. Jeff. It's Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff. They
Not
were
Brian?
both on the show.
Okay. One of the Holtz boys
Brian
won.
didn't race. Jeff raced.
Oh.
Jeff was on the show, and then at Slinger on Sunday night, he was in Victory Lane. So the good luck charm that is the Racing Roundup show rolls on. Once again, Jeff Holtz picks up the win in the 50-lap late model feature, the Pro Late Model feature. Jordan DeVoy, Zach Prunty rounded out the podium. Zach Riddle scored his 6th late model feature win of the 2022 season at Madison International Speedway on Friday night. Jeremy Miller, Sean Shield completed the podium. Rookie Mason Hellenbrand captured his 2nd feature win of the year in the Misfits division this Friday night at Madison. It's a biggie. Big 8 late models along with the Mid-American Stock Car Series. Superman, Jonathan Davenport, continues to dominate the dirt late model racing scene. Last night, Davenport won $20,000 at the World of Outlaws. They were at Boone Speedway in Iowa. And that was fresh off of a $53,000 win at I-80 Speedway in the Silver Dollar Nationals. Congrats go to Cody Swanson for waxing him at Winchester Speedway this past Thursday night. He dominated the 100-lap Rich Vogler Classic for the USAC Silver Crown cars. On Friday night, hey, here we go. We gotta give an attaboy to Danny Schlafer.
Yes.
Captured his first career IRA Outlaw Sprint A main. Also set fast time. Also won his dash. Friend of the show, Jack Vanderboom. He won his dash. Came home 8th.
Danny Schlafer's dad, Al, his birthday was yesterday. His parents' 47th wedding anniversary. Alan Debs is today.
Nice.
Big Schlafer weekend.
There you go. Plymouth rained out their show this past Saturday night, and it is officially Indiana Sprint Week for the USAC Sprint Car Series. CJ Leary ripped the top with 4 to go to race past Brady Bacon to get the win last night at Circle City Raceway. Veteran Shane Cottle hugged the bottom to win Friday night at I-69 Speedway. They're racing tonight at Kokomo Speedway with 2 second-place finishes. Justin Grant leads the points. And, Jim, you know all about it. If you're going to be in Indy this weekend, where do you got to go?
Lucas Oil IRP and the big track. Friday night, Truck and ARCA.
Yep.
Saturday night, ARCA CRA Super Series and a 100-lapper. The CRA Street Stocks 100-lapper and the Vors Compact Touring Series twin features Saturday night at Lucas Oil IRP. Big weekend.
It is. It is indeed. All right.
Monday, I'm going back on Monday with Kyle Larson, Kenny Schrader.
Nice.
Racing in the 500 Sprint Car Tour on Monday night, live on MAP TV on Flow Racing. I'll be on that coverage at Lucas Oil IRP on Monday night.
You are a busy fella indeed. You know, we're here celebrating Frank Smith's birthday.
Yes.
Yes.
Here we are. Lots of great people here, hanging out and talking to Frank.
Does anybody know that it's Jim's birthday too?
It's okay.
Happy birthday, Jim.
Thanks, Dean. Thank you.
How cool is that to share your birthday with a local legend?
So thanks to the 1975 Hales Corners yearbook, they listed birth dates of the drivers in that book. And Frank never finished worse than 5th in points my entire life. So I'm looking at these. I just read that thing cover to cover, I think at least twice a month maybe. Reading it, and I'm like, ooh, Frank's birthday, July 26th. That's cool.
Yep.
So Frank and I have this continual, hey, it's almost your birthday. Hey, it's almost your birthday.
Hey.
When Frank walked in tonight completely surprised, he pointed right at me and said, what'd you do? It was actually Dean Strom and Lynn Smith, his daughter, trying to get things together. And
it was mostly Lynn.
We are here celebrating. Thank you to Lynn for buying the pizza for the friends and family that are here tonight. We also have some cupcakes. Joy Hall brought those in. Thank you, Dean, if you had a part in that. Or if you ate them all, whatever. Thank you. And I'm going to step away. I don't do this often, but I feel I need to do this.
Yeah, I know. He's going to hand the microphone
because you've been around Frank Smith your entire life. I just got to watch him race and win a bunch of races growing up in the grandstands. You have been part of that, and I know you've got a lot of things and friends and family that we want to tell as many stories as we can on this show. Why not? It's Frank Smith's birthday.
What the heck? Why not, right?
We're going to have Frank up here. We're going to have some stories told. And at the end of the show, towards the end of the show, if you have a quick Frank story, we have a microphone I'm going to take out right here to the corner of the front stage. You guys can tell us some Frank stories. We're going to take a commercial break. Frank is almost on approach. He's ready to go.
Happy birthday once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a great night. We're going to have some fun. Come on back and join us. It's a Frank Smith birthday bash from here on out on the Racing Roundup Show at Polly's.
Thanks for tuning in to the Racing Roundup Show. Check out our website, racingroundupshow.com, and like our show on Facebook. Join us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We're coming right back after these messages from our awesome show sponsors.
Automatic Transmission Design is located in Germantown, Wisconsin. They've been hard at work the last 15 years in perfecting the best performance racing transmissions and converters. The folks at ATD have made it possible to offer the best quality and most affordably priced winning components for off-road, drag racing, truck pulling, and circle track applications. ATD may not be the biggest or most famous company in the marketplace, but they have the will and put in that extra effort to provide you with the best products available. ATD's certified technicians go through a comprehensive quality checklist on every transmission and converter they build. Then it's tested on their in-house dyno. Only then is the product ready for shipment to the customer. ATD takes these steps to provide you with the best quality products every time. They are 100% guaranteed. Their no returns policy makes sure it's right the first time. The next time you need a performance transmission or converter, give Charlie a call at 262-251-7777 or visit autotransdesign.com.
Interstate Batteries, proud sponsor of the Racing Roundup Show and the number 18 of Joe Gibbs Racing. Interstate Batteries is the #1 replacement battery in North America. You deserve the best, so get the best. Go to interstatebatteries.com. Go to interstatebatteries.com to find a dealer near you. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Get yours today. Race on.
Get your whole family involved in affordable, competitive kart racing at Millwright Raceway in Dowsman, Wisconsin, home of the Badger Kart Club. Walk the pit area, talk to racers, and check out the action from the grandstands. There's a play area for the kids and great food at the concession stand. Spectator admission is free. Badger Kart Club points racers and National Touring Series race on the challenging paved road course most Sundays from April through September. Badger Kart Club is well established and well respected. There's 15 classes and over 100 drivers racing every week. From ages 5 to 75, kart racing offers competition for generations of racers of all ages. Bring the kids and check out kart racing for yourself at one of America's finest kart tracks. This is where Alan Kowicki, Danica Patrick, Sam Mayer, and Josh Palicki got their start. Millwright Raceway is just south of I-94 in Dowsman, 35 miles west of Milwaukee, and 45 miles east of Madison. For all the latest information, directions, and race schedule, visit BadgerKartClub.com.
The Gravely Mower Series at Olson Outdoor Power is raising the bar on performance with smarter controls, longer run times, and more comfort. Add in layaway and financing from Olson's, and there's no lawn you can't conquer. Buy the best from the best. Gravely at Olson's Outdoor Power, Muskego.
This is America's longest-running weekly motorsports program, held in front of a live audience. Stay up to speed on the Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Thanks for joining us for the Racing Roundup Show. Once again, here is the trackside voice of the Daytona 500 and NASCAR at the track. You see him on MAV TV's live coverage of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl and the Arca Menard Series. The host of the Racing Roundup Show, Jim Trado. Back here on the Racing Roundup Show, Dean Strom sitting in for Jim Trado. Jim is out. We have changed positions. He's out mingling with the crowd, talking to people, and that's usually what I get to do when he's sitting up here. Want to remind you, this portion of the Racing Roundup Show brought to you by BMRE Electric Carts in Random Lake. Brad Miller is Wisconsin's only Icon dealer and has in-stock inventory and customizing options available right now on their Facebook page, BMRE Electric Carts Company. All right, time for the Anderson's Maple Syrup Racing Short Track Spotlight. This is the Anderson's Maple Syrup Racing Short Track Spotlight. Proud sponsors, supporters of Wisconsin racers Dennis Prunty, Bill Baylog, and Jason Gross. Try Anderson's Maple Syrup on your coffee or in your tea, or I guess it'd be in your coffee or in your tea, or on your ice cream. You can take it with you with Pure Fuel Maple Energy on the go. By Anderson's Maple Syrup at your favorite grocer, AndersonsMapleSyrup.com. Anderson's pure quality since 1928. Our Anderson's Maple Syrup Racing Short Track Spotlight is on a guy who hung up his helmet a few years ago, but he's having a birthday tonight, and that's why we're here. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show, Frank Smith. Frank, how you doing, buddy? All right, before we start asking you too many questions and before we start sharing too many stories about you, I'm going to turn it over to the guy at the end of the table who is the de facto historian of the Hales Corners Speedway, and then that kind of spirals around to some other tracks as well. Pat Haney. Pat, for those that aren't here, that they're watching maybe on Facebook or they're going to watch this a little bit later, and they're like, who is that Frank Smith guy, and why are they celebrating his birthday, and why are there so many people here? Give me some stats, lay it on me, tell me about this guy to my left.
So we got a few numbers here. You know, Frank he started late model racing in 1972 and then raced pretty much till the track closed. 29 feature wins, 137 top fives, 7 semi-features. What are you doing in the semi, Frank?
Got to go there once in a while.
46 heat wins and 34 fast times. And 3 championships. Now that's pretty impressive.
3 championships in the late models.
In the late models.
Okay, but he ran something before the late models, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Oh,
and I'll tell you what, I would challenge anybody in the country to surpass these numbers. He started in 1962, and a lot of people don't know this, but the first feature win he got, they had to tip him over because he was on his head. He won that race. He went on to win 82 more features after that. He raced 10 years in the sportsman division. This is back when the Midwest Racing News only kind of kept track of the top 3, but somehow he still managed 250 top 5s.
Whoa.
And a semi-win. When did you win a semi-feature in the sportsman division? What?
Weren't you listening, Pat? He said you got to go there once in a while, right, Frank?
You always end up in something you don't want to be in, but that's the way it works.
Yeah. It must have been with the Farrell, that little car that wasn't very fast.
Yeah, that car was pretty fast.
90 heat wins, okay?
Did he win any championships in the sportsman's?
Well, hang on.
Oh, okay.
You know, back then, if you set fast time, you started in the back. Frank started dead last 221 times.
Wow.
That's at 4 different racetracks. And a lot of those races were 12 laps, 15 laps with 18 cars, and a field of 100 cars that qualified. So it was pretty tough to pass 17 cars in 12 laps. But he still managed to do that 83 times. Starting in 1965, Frank was running 4 tracks a week: Hales Corners, Slinger, Cedarburg, and Fair Park. He won the championship at all 4 of those tracks in 65 and 66. And then the Fair Park closed, and through 1971, he won every championship at those tracks that he raced at. That is 23 straight track championships.
Wow. And then they had an area championship too, didn't they?
Well, yes, they did. That was a combination of points of all the tracks. He did that 7 straight years. Now this is with a field of, there was close to 300 sportsman cars that were registered. I'm not saying they all went out there and earned points, but I'd say 175 of them probably did. And like I said, I challenge anybody in the country with those stats. That's just amazing. And of course, Frank's pretty humble. He said he did it with nothing special, junkyard parts. I believe him.
You believe that? Yeah, I believe that too.
I believe him. I started going to the races, in the late 50s, but I remember from about 65 on, and I remember watching this yellow number 3 car pass everybody on the outside cleanly. And I was telling a friend of mine this just tonight, that Frank never DNF'd. he always finished the race. And if he spun out, it made the back page of Midwest Racing News. And I think he made the back page 3 times in like 50 years. So just amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you, Pat. Before we let you go, we want
wait.
But wait, there's more?
He showed up at Beaver Dam one time and won the feature.
Okay.
He showed up at Lake Geneva one time. Asphalt.
Yep.
Won the feature.
They probably didn't ask him back after that.
No, that was Jefferson.
Oh, that was Jefferson. Yeah,
showed up once. Won the feature.
Frank, they didn't want you back after that one, did they?
No, they didn't. They didn't appreciate me coming.
Did they give you the trophy? Did they give you the winner's money, or did they just kick you down the road and say don't come back?
They didn't give me the trophy.
Just so you know, Conrad Morgan finished second in that Jefferson race. And he went to Wilmot once, won the feature. And he won 3 straight Young American wheel races over here at the Fair Park in the late 60s.
Pretty cool indeed. Thank you for those statistics, Pat. Pat, before we let you go, we want to remind everybody that tomorrow night, you and Donnie the Kid Walter are going to be at the Hales Corner. Is it the library or the municipal building?
Municipal building.
Municipal building. Yeah, I think that's right next to...
The police station is in the same building.
Yeah. And you're going to have, it's at 7 o'clock, and you are going to have a presentation about the Hales Corner Speedway and talking about some of the history.
2 years ago, we were supposed to do this. COVID messed that all up. We're going to do 53 years of Hales Corner Speedway. I spent 3.5 hours in John Cajun's front room Sunday, educating myself about stuff that I didn't know prior to when I was born. And I think it's going to be a great time. And I think people are going to learn a lot, just like maybe you learned a little bit about the history of Frank Smith tonight.
Thank you, Pat. Let's bring in that guy that you were talking about and rattling off all those numbers. Frank, do you remember every one of those wins?
No,
I know. I'm just putting you on the spot.
I really don't.
At any point when you're winning these championships and you're winning these features and you're just going around from place to place and scoring these wins, does anything ever think to yourself that I'm kind of kicking their butts? Like I'm kind of or was it just the same?
No, I didn't think that because it wasn't that easy. When you start in the back, I love to qualify fast. That was one of my things, and then starting the back, like he said, you only had 15 laps to go, and 15 laps go in a hurry when you start in the back with some pretty decent cars,
So you were always a Ford guy. Why is that?
Well, it just happened that way. I bought the first car with my buddy, Giles Blazer, that rolled over. We paid $75 for it. And then for some crazy reason, I ended up with a Ford for some reason. I don't know why. And everybody at work laughed at me.
Because you worked at AMC, right?
And they said, if you drive a Ford, you will never win a race. And I'm like, well, I don't care. I'll try, you know what I mean? So I just went ahead, and it just happened that way, and things were going pretty good, so I just kept on driving a Ford.
I imagine that there, at some point, because Ford, like anything else, everything kind of runs in a cycle. One day the Ford might be good, or one year the Ford might be good, and the next year they're playing catch up. I imagine there were some times where you were on top of the world running a Ford, and then at other times I'm sure it was more of a challenge.
I think it was a challenge all the time.
Do you?
Well, it started in the back, and it's always nothing was easy as far as I was concerned. It was always tough, but I never really worried too much about the points. I mean, a lot of guys would be up there counting the points at night, and I just put it out of my mind. I just said, well, if you don't worry about finishing second and take a third without crashing a car, it's a lot better than finishing second and don't make it,
Did that $75 car pay for itself?
That $75 car paid for itself. That particular car that I bought for $75 is the first car that I won my first race in. I got rolled over, and they put it back on its wheels. And I won that race, the feature race, and I think it paid $12.
Okay, all right.
And everybody thought it was pretty cool because it rolled over,
I'm going to bring in the guy sitting next to you. He and I have been friends for a long time, and he was your neighbor. Chris Johnson, welcome to the Racing Roundup show. I know you've got some stories about this guy sitting between us, so I think we have to set the scene, though. So Chris and Frank were neighbors. If I correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was around the corner and across the street.
Yeah, that's right.
Were you a race fan?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you move in after Frank, or did Frank move in?
No, we moved in after Frank. I was 11 years old.
Okay.
My dad actually sponsored a couple of different guys at Hales Corners.
Okay.
So those were our guys. And then, of course, Bernie Binion with the rubber ducky and
Sure.
stuff. But I always told my dad I want to meet the number one guy, because every time we would go into pits after the races, there's always a big crowd around Frank. So everybody loves Frank even back then. So my dad always said, well, we don't really know him. And when I was 11 years old, I was home from school sick on a Wednesday.
You were sick?
Sick. And my brother, who's here, came home to make sure I ate lunch, and he said, Frank Smith lives right across the street. And I said, come on, really? So
But he wouldn't tell you.
He wouldn't tell me where.
What house?
No, he would not tell me. And that's him right there, if anybody wants to have a talk with him. So the following Saturday, I got on my bike. I rode around. We lived in Milwaukee, so there's obviously 4 across the streets. And found a garage that I thought would probably be the place. So I rode my bike up and down that alley most of the day until he came out. And he said, hey, what are you doing? Of course, because I was stalking him. And I went and introduced myself to him, and he said, come in here. I need your help. And he picked up the corner of his car, and I'm sure now I know it was rocking on the jack stands, but to me, as an 11-year-old, seeing my hero pick that whole car up, and I slid the jack stand under, and it was a 1975 championship car, the white number one car, and the rest is history. I met Bobby. We became friends. We're still friends to this day.
You were his main crew guy when Bobby went racing.
Yeah.
People probably thought, well, sorry, aside from Lynn, of course.
Yeah, right.
I didn't see her under the car changing gears too many times, though.
No, we used to put Lynn inside the spare tires and roll her down the alley. See if she would make it out to the street. But yeah, I immediately kind of became members of the family. They welcomed me in. I went everywhere with them. Even whenever Pat would take the kids and go down south in the summer, Frank would still take me to the races with him. So I count myself as one of the luckiest people in the world, because the guy treated me like a son. He actually has been a father figure to me longer than my real dad was. I mean, my real dad passed away pretty young, so Frank was it. He kept me in line a lot of times. He's a grandpa to my son. So the whole family, special.
I was going to ask you about that because so you did some racing in the IMCA style type modifieds at Hills Corners and at Beaver Dam and some other tracks.
Yeah.
Had a Frank Smith tribute car.
I did.
Which probably not too many people up in Beaver Dam or Oshkosh knew what it was all about.
Right. I did have, I think it was Tom Holman came in at Oshkosh, and he came running over and said, hey, I used to race against that car. Is that guy still driving it? And I was like, no, he's not. But that was, the tribute car was from the 1975 year, the year that I met them. So I thought, fitting, that was my last car. I thought it would be pretty cool to do that.
Then when you hang up your helmet and your son Ricky gets a little older, he needs a car. And Frank, you help Ricky get a car. What'd you help him get for his first car?
I really don't know. I don't know what car did I help him get.
He didn't, actually.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
Oh.
No. Frank,
I thought the pickup truck didn't. Oh, I thought Frank.
Yes, actually. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
You are right. When Ricky was 13, we got a truck from Frank, a 1951 Ford F1 pickup truck that was Ricky's first car that he drove.
And he's still driving it today?
He is. It's not a daily driver, but he does go to some shows and stuff with it. It's our old farm truck.
Is that one, Frank, that you just had sitting in the back?
Sitting in the back burner, yeah. I had to thin out the herd.
That's pretty awesome. Any other stories you want to share, Chris?
No, I just, again, want to kind of reiterate that I'm blessed to have known Frank and actually become family. He's very important to me. I'm sure he's important to all of us out here.
Well, the place is full, so that has to say something, right? I mean,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yep. Well, it's great to hear the stories, Pat. Thank you so much for sharing your numbers and your stories.
Yeah, I got it. Can you hear me?
Yep, we're good.
Something's wrong with the headset, but if anybody needs a flyer for tomorrow night's show, come see me. Or if anybody needs a flyer for the Hales Corners reunion in September, come see me. And I've got about a dozen 8x10 pictures of Frank Smith as door prizes that you can probably get his autograph after the show. So
Nice. How about a nice, Frank, we're going to leave you up here, but how about a nice hand for Pat Haney and Chris Johnson? Thank you, guys. We are going to take a quick break. We will be back with more guests, and we're not going to let Frank go anywhere. We are at Paulie's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. This is the Racing Roundup Show.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Contact us on our website, racingroundupshow.com. We'll be right back with more of the Upper Midwest and Wisconsin racing scene, NASCAR, and the world of motorsports.
Greenfield Gallery wants to buy your racing collection. Do you have die-cast cars from IndyCar, Sprint Car, or short tracks? Greenfield Gallery wants them. If you have old racing programs, racing photos, and negatives, Greenfield Gallery wants those too. Contact Ralph Hibbert Jr. at Greenfield Gallery, who wants to buy your racing collection. Ralph also has an ever-changing eBay store full of racing collectibles. Search Greenfield Gallery. Email Ralph right now to get connected. His email address is ralph@greenfieldgallery.net.
Bobby Gutnick and the technicians at Oak Creek Automotive on South 27th Street in Drexel are experts in automotive repair. For over 30 years and counting, the Napa Certified Car Care Center at Oak Creek Automotive handles emissions testing plus minor to major repair, from oil changes to engine and transmission replacement. Call Oak Creek Automotive, 414-761-3250. They're open for your convenience Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Friday, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. For all your vehicle repair needs, head to South 27th Street and Drexel to the pros at Oak Creek Automotive.
Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln is a great place to watch NASCAR races, Packer games, Brewer games, and to meet up with your friends. Joey and Jim Lynch pride themselves on their friendly hospitality and welcome Racing Roundup listeners to stop in to watch all the races on their 14 TVs and flat screens. Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 and Lincoln has been a longtime supporter of racers, including National Road Racing Motorcycle Champion Dan Volansky. Relax around the big neighborhood bar with 2 pool tables and dartboards surrounded by TVs. Whether you're meeting up before the game, want to watch the races with race fans, or just want to grab a cold one, head to Danny Lynch's at the corner of Highway 100 Lincoln and West Dallas.
427-1000.
D&H Sales and Service is Sheboygan County's largest steel and outdoor power equipment dealer. Since 2003, owner Brad Dahmer and D&H Sales and Service strives to offer you the best brands with leading manufacturers such as Aaron's, Gravely, Ferris, Simplicity, Snapper, Steel, Wright, and Toro. Each brand is backed by a stocked parts department and the highest level of customer service. All of our inventory is online at SheboyganPowerCenter.com, and when you buy from D&H, you will be shown how to safely operate your ready-to-use equipment. We have over 80 feet of steel display, and we have over 75 pieces of steel equipment in stock. D&H is Sheboygan County's only Briggs & Stratton Diamond dealer with a master service technician and factory-trained service department. D&H Sales and Service is conveniently located off of I-43 in Sheboygan and is an authorized service and warranty center for most brands on the market. We'll service almost any brand of small engine equipment. Call us for details at 920-458-1865. D&H Sales and Service also offers pickup and delivery to Sheboygan, Manitowoc, and Ozaukee counties. Search D&H Sales and Service on Facebook or log on to SheboyganPowerCenter.com today.
Back in the Racing Roundup show at Paulie's Pub and Eatery, 81st and Greenfield. Stick around. We got a few more people that we're going to talk to, and we're going to have door prizes after. So certainly having a good time here. The place is full. It's good to see. Celebrating Frank Smith's birthday along with Jim Trado's birthday. Midwest Truck Series is back in action this Tuesday night at WIR in Kaukauna, 1 week from tonight. Dixieland Delight 35 lap feature race. Same program as the Midwest Tour. It's going to be a great show, and our show will be there live. That's next week, Tuesday night, the DeAngelis Construction Road Show, taking it on the road. We're going to be at the front gate talking to the drivers. Midwest Truck Series is supported by Wayne Ace Bus Service and Pathfinder Chassis. Check out MidwestTruckSeries.com to learn more. All right, we kept Frank up here, but we got a couple of more people up here as well. We're going to share some more stories. You okay with this, Frank? Sharing stories.
We'll roll with it.
All right, you're being a good sport. I like that. When he walked in, there's more cameras here. I swear to God, there's more cameras here taking pictures of us than there is when you win a feature, for crying out loud. Jeepers. All right, well, it's good to see. So first, we're going to bring in Pat Smith. Pat, how do we address this? Former wife, ex-wife, what do you...
The mother of his children.
The mother of his children. There we go. Had a chance to go to lunch with one of your children and you and Frank a couple weeks ago. It was an absolute pleasure. It was great to see you then. It's great to see you now. Tell us, we talked in the last segment about the Jefferson story, about how he came there to Jefferson Speedway and won, and everybody got all ticked off at him and didn't pay him. But then what happened afterwards?
Well, he did get the check in the mail.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, so you just didn't get it, Frank. Maybe somebody else cashed it for
I
it.
didn't get no trophy, but I got the money.
He got the money, not the trophy.
And you can't eat trophies, but
you can't eat trophies.
Make food with money.
What story did you want to share with us?
Well, everybody heard about him outrunning the cops.
Okay.
I have to tell you what happened afterwards.
Oh.
After we ended up at the backside of some big lake, I don't know which lake it was. We were outside of Appleton, Oshkosh, somewhere. They made me drive. Well, the car was missing so bad. I mean, it was just putzing along. Anyway, we made it up north to the farm where they were working on the race car. So him and Giles had to take the engine apart, and they were actually out in the barn with the anvil and the push rods, straightening them out, putting them back in the car so we could get back to Milwaukee.
Oh, brother.
He traded the car in the next week on a different one.
It was somebody else's problem then, right?
Exactly.
Pat, do you remember, and help me out if you can't, Frank, so I remember a story. So Chris alluded to it in the last segment. They lived on the south side of Milwaukee in Bayview. So typical south side of Milwaukee, Bayview type homes, bigger homes in an alley with, and I'm going to use air quotes, like a two-car garage. But that was 4? Yeah? Okay. That was a big garage for back in the day.
We only used 2 stalls.
So I remember, Frank, you telling me once about trying to get those big old Sportsmans off the hauler and on the hauler and in the garage and fit it all in. How did you manage that?
It was tight, but we made it work.
And then build the car there and work on the car there and repair everything there in this little garage in an alley in Bayview.
Yeah, that's the way it was.
Pat, did you have to park on the street when the race car was in? You did?
Yes, I did.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Well, actually, my car was used to block the garage doors because back then you didn't have security and all that. So
okay.
I had to park tight up against the garage
So nobody
doors.
could mess with that race car.
Exactly.
That race car's got to pay for itself.
And literally, when he backed that trailer into the garage, there was this much room on each side.
She's for those of you listening, we're
inch,
about an inch.
maybe.
1 inch on each side.
Yes.
Yes, there you go. Pat, before we let you go, I know there's a lot of family here. Who do we have here tonight that you wanna thank for coming?
Oh my God, I've seen people tonight that I haven't seen in probably 40 years. And it was just so nice. It was like a reunion for me. So I am just so happy. So I have known Frank longer than any of you. So if you got any questions, ask me. I'll give you an answer.
The straight answer, too, right?
It might be or it might not be. I've had 3 drinks already.
Pat, it's always good to see you. Pat Smith, thanks for coming on out tonight. Thanks for being a good sport.
And what I can't do, Wes will do.
There you go. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Hey, mister, should we tell him why every time I see you, I call you mister? Hey.
Why do you call me mister?
Well, because every time you used to see me, you in a funny voice would go, hey, mister, what's up? What are you doing there, mister? What are you doing?
You were always my favorite guy. I would used to come down and help my son in the garage, and I used to really crack me up because who's this guy over here walking on a set of crutches? Who the hell is it? Oh, that's Dean. What's he going to do? He's going to help me with the race car. Oh, really? I got to see this. Well, I'll tell you what. You are just absolutely amazing. You were dragging 5-gallon gas cans around underneath them cars with wrenches. I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean,
That's right. That's right, mister.
He got some stuff done. I'm telling you, that was great. And I loved it. I thought it was great. And to this day, I mean, he's my favorite guy.
Well, I appreciate that. The guy next to you is pretty cool, though, too. Let's welcome to the Racing Roundup show your good friend, Wes Eckert. Wes, how we doing tonight?
Real good. I'm glad to be here. Glad to celebrate with Frank, one of my best friends.
And I know you raced against Frank at Hales Corners Speedway. And lately, you guys been hanging around. You're doing what old retired racers do, right? Or vintage retired racers. You got classic cars. You go into car shows. You're getting together and you're solving all the world's problems, right?
Yep. Bench racing, hauling a little junk, digging through antiques, and generally screwing off.
That's right. That's correct. And it's fun.
So, Frank, when you make your rounds every day, is Wes one of the stops on your rounds?
He's in line there. Not
every
day, but I get there plenty. Probably more than he wants me to show up, but I just come rolling in real quiet, and he'll be sitting on a chair, and he'll look up and shake his head because I got a hybrid car that runs on a battery, and I come just rolling in there, and he doesn't hear me. Look up, there I sit, and he just shakes his head. There he is again.
Wes, did I see pictures on Facebook a while back? You had a yellow number 99 car that you let Frank drive. Was that your car?
Yeah, he was in it one night because his was broke down or something, yeah.
Okay, all right. How did that come about?
His was broke down and he needed the points, so.
There it is. We got a picture of
so
it. Look
he's
at
in
that. And hang on, turn around. We're carrying the American flag. Must have said fast time with it.
That wasn't me, was it?
That's not my car.
That's not the car? That's not the car. All right.
It's still 99.
Was it too nice or what? How do you?
that one belonged to somebody else. No, it really did. It wasn't mine.
Way to go, Jim.
Cool. That's cool.
So what do you got for us? A good Frank Smith story.
I have a little story. You all heard. We all in southeastern Wisconsin. We know how good he is, and we've heard how good he is our whole lives down here in southeastern Wisconsin, and his records can't be beat. And Pat Haney just proved it all to us. But I want to tell you how he's a worldwide champ. And
he's a worldwide champ.
Worldwide.
That's a lot of racers, a lot of racetracks.
He was known worldwide as exploits, and here's how that worked out. Back in '73, I couldn't take off on Saturday night to get married in June, so my wife decided, well, let's get married on the racetrack, and we picked Frank and Pat for best man and first lady. So the wedding went off, and we raced in tuxedos and stuff, but the interesting part was UPI, United Press International, and API, Applied Press International, both showed up and done a news part on us. Well, it turns out Frank Smith won the feature that night, and in the headlines throughout the world, England, Switzerland, Ireland, South America, New York, Los Angeles, through the whole world, hundreds of papers. He made the headlines because the best man always wins. So that's how I got worldwide famous. We all know he's famous around here, and he'll be our best man forever. But he was best man in the whole world one weekend.
That's cool.
And one other thing, when I was 20 years old, I didn't know anybody. I'm racing and I'm goofing up, and I'm meeting people. And Frank and Pat invited me to their corn roast on 27th Street when I was 20 years old, and I thought I was on top of the world.
Well, you were. You were.
I thought that was it.
You made it.
And like we say, the rest is history. But I just wanted to tell you about the best man.
Thank you, Wes. We're gonna bring in another guy that raced. I don't think John Burnside. Welcome to the Racing Roundup Show. I don't think you had a chance to race with Frank. Oh no, you ran.
Yeah,
you ran a late model for a couple.
I raced. I never raced with Frank or against him.
You were in the same facility as him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me get in the same race with him. He was a lot faster than I was back then.
But lately, you guys have, as the circle goes, the racing circle goes, you guys have reconnected. Tell us about the car that you did for Frank.
I painted his 57 Ford that he drives around, and I also did his 64 Ford, but the 57 Ford really, that's his pride and joy. That car's awesome.
Frank, how long did you have that car?
It's probably about 5-6 years now, I'm thinking. I'm not sure, but I bought it, and another guy was going to paint it, and he said, I want to paint that car. So I'm like, all right, you want to paint that car? We'll let you paint the car. So he ended up painting it, did a really good job, and everybody loves it. Yeah.
You paid him.
Oh, yeah, well, he deserves to get paid. Do a good job, you know.
John, how did you get money out of Frank Smith?
He was real good about it.
Frank, you know I'm just kidding with you, right?
There was no argument about that.
So what do you do with these cars? You take them to car shows? What do you do?
I go to the car show here and there, not as much as I used to, but I still go a couple times, 2-3 times this year so far. So probably hit a few more before the season's over, but that's about it. Not like I used to go I used to go a couple times a week.
So what was it, the 57 Ford, and what else, John?
The 64 Ford. Nobody has seen that yet. He's still working on that.
Oh.
Still putting it together.
Okay, all right. John would help you put that together if you wanted, Frank.
Yeah. John's got a pretty busy man. I don't know if he's got a lot of time to be putting a car together.
You want me to come over and help you put it together?
Yeah, you know how to turn them. You know how to turn them wrenches.
Lefty, loosey, righty, tighty.
There you go.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Pretty. You got any other projects, Frank, that you're going to have John work on for you?
Not really. I'm just moping along every day. You know what I mean? I like the bum. That's a pretty easy job.
Yeah?
Works out pretty good.
Being the bum?
Yeah, I usually hit Milwaukee, and then I end up coming around by West.
Is John one of your stops, too?
Where?
Is John?
He hasn't been by in a long time.
Well, because it costs him money when he goes.
Yeah, he just hasn't been around in a while.
I get around, but I went past it the other day. I was going to stop, but I was in a hurry. Always in a hurry, you know?
What did you have to do?
I don't know. Gotta let the dog out.
Yeah. Well, John, thank you so much for coming on up and spending a few minutes. Thanks for coming on out tonight. It's a great crowd. It's great to see everybody here tonight. And
happy birthday, Frank. It's awesome.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody showing up. It's really a big surprise to me because I didn't expect anybody to be here. I just thought
You just thought you were coming down for the show.
Yeah. Because the guy that runs this show, he's got his birthday the same day as me over here.
I know.
So we always tease each other, don't forget your birthday, you know? Okay. Did you forget your birthday, by the way, today? See, I reminded him when he got here.
But he's in that segment where he's trying to forget his birthday.
That's a good idea.
When you're younger, you look forward to the birthdays. When you're our age, Jim and I, because we're the same age, you try to forget.
I'm trying to forget mine now.
And we're not letting you forget, are we?
Yeah, this is a big one. Nobody let me forget this one.
John Burnside, Wes Eckert, we're going to let you go, but thank you so much for coming on up here, and thanks for coming on out tonight.
Thanks a lot.
John Burnside and Wes Eckert. Frank, we're going to leave you up here for our final segment, so don't go anywhere.
Okay.
All right?
I'm sticking around.
You okay on your drink? You okay on your drink? Hey, you're all right? Everything good there?
People shut up and listen. They did.
We'll be back with our final segment on the Racing Roundup Show. We're at Paulie's Pub and Eatery. Stick around. Thanks.
Join the racing crowd every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Central all season long. Share what you love about short track racing on our Facebook page and on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We'll be right back with more of the Racing Roundup Show.
Eliminate the hassles of planning a trip to the races. Hook up with Boring Bob's Escorted NASCAR Racing Tours. Boring Bob offers transportation, lodging, race tickets, nightlife, shuttle service, and more. Boring Bob knows all the back roads into and out of the racetrack to get you in and out fast. Pick one or pick them all. Go in style to Daytona, Bristol, Phoenix, Las Vegas, and more. He has decades of experience and industry contacts galore. You name the race, let Boring Bob do the rest. Call Boring Bob today to make plans now to go on one of Boring Bob's famous escorted NASCAR racing tours. Boring Bob's always at 414-321-1307. That's 414-321-1307.
Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment is a fully equipped parts, sales, and service dealer of quality mowers, snow throws, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Olson services what they sell, does warranty service work on big box store mowers, and their expert service technicians are ready to get your equipment running right. Put their stock parts department and friendly, knowledgeable staff to work for you. Visit the racers at Olson's Outdoor Power Equipment today at 14323 West College Avenue, just 1 mile east of Moreland Road in Muskego. Olson'sPower.com. Olson's Power Equipment.
Paulie's Pub and Eatery at 81st Street and Greenfield Avenue serves up Milwaukee's best pizza, outstanding wings, and a great pub menu. Paulie's Kitchen is open late every night with great nightly specials. Paulie's has a shuttle bus to all Brewers games. Party on the patio this summer with Paulie. Paulie's has 18 flat-screen TVs to catch all of your favorite sports. Stay up to speed and download Paulie's mobile app and receive a free 22-ounce tap beer. Paulie'sPubandEatery.com. Have you partied with Paulie?
427-1000 American Foundation.
When your foundation is in need of repair, you need three things: an honest opinion, quality work, and fair prices. Call American.
Trust and dedication. That's American Foundation.
Call American right now for huge savings.
427-1000 American Foundation.
Back in the Racing Roundup Show, our final segment. Glad to have you with us here. I have this feeling that we're going to be sticking around for a while, Frank, and I have this feeling that we might have a couple of beverages and share some more stories. What do you think? Does it have that feel to it?
Possibility.
Yeah, it's possibilities, right? See the racers at Schlafer Auto Body and Sales in Lannon for your next auto body repair of your daily driver or fleet of work trucks. Since 1974, four generations of racers have been getting it done the right way. They work with all insurance companies. Search Schlafer Auto Body on Facebook to get in touch with this family of racers and to check out their latest award-winning classic car restoration projects. Let's see, what else do I got here? I got, Ryan Farrell is joining us. Ryan, have you ever been out to the farm?
I have many times. My in-laws live about a half a mile from there. So
Okay.
I'm always spying for Frank when I drive by.
So Frank moved out of the city, and now he's out living on the farm. And I used to store my boat there by him. And every time when I would go to pick up the boat in spring, and then in fall I'd come and put the boat back, I would have to go for a ride on the farm. Ryan, have you ever been for a ride on the farm?
No, I haven't yet. I'm going to have to work towards getting there because I have been on the farm tour, though, and I think a lot of people know it from the documentary. But, there's a lot of vehicles there. If you're a vehicle guy of any type, Frank's got
Well,
it.
then, Frank, do you remember because you had a little course around the farm, didn't you?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah, you go through the farm, go through the cornfield, come back out.
And then there's a jump, sort of.
There was a jump,
About a
yeah.
10-foot drop, yeah.
Yeah, and there was also an I-beam that stuck out,
Yeah.
and the path between there wasn't real big. And I think after we took the mirror off the one car, it was probably on my side. I said, Frank, I think I'm done. I'm done with the ride, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So Ryan, you gotta go ask for a ride. Would you give my friend Ryan a ride on the farm?
What do I got to do? Do I got to get that win at Jefferson to tie your record or what?
You don't got to do nothing but get in the passenger seat and sit back and enjoy yourself.
Oh, passenger seat. I see how it is.
So that other man is Ryan Farrell, super late model racer here in Wisconsin. Welcome, Ryan. I know that Frank, your shop is one of Frank's stops. How in the heck does that happen? An asphalt super late model racer is one of Frank Smith's stops.
Well, I think, I don't think he's too biased towards dirt or asphalt. He just likes race cars, I think. And I've been told many times about the one win he did have on asphalt, and he's still won more races at Jefferson than I have in his one attempt. So I've been second, third, fourth. I think I finished everywhere in the top 5 at Jefferson, but I have not won. And it just bugs me because I just really want to tell Frank I finally tied his record with like 10 more attempts than him.
You might get, if you win, you might get more than $12 too.
I would hope so, yeah.
You got to remember, you got to run 3 asphalt tires and a street tire.
If I remember right, and I did listen to you, it's reverse stagger is the key there. I'm going to try that next time, I promise.
All right, well, anything else for us?
Well, I think the funniest thing about Frank for me, and I've been privileged to have him stop by the shop many, many times now, almost once a week, I'd say on average. And
Probably, yeah.
The funniest thing was my dad. He's like, hey, who's that? And I said, well, that's Frank Smith. He's like, Frank Smith? At your shop, like the racer, Frank? I said, yeah, the dirt legend. What's he doing in our shop? like my dad was like proud of me for knowing Frank Smith. So I just think it's cool. He stops out, and it's just great hearing the stories. And anytime I slide the car, I can hear him saying, "You got to be smooth. You got to be smooth."
Got to be smooth. Got to be smooth.
Every time in my head, in the helmet. So
where are we going to see you next? On track.
Next up is the prestigious Dixieland 250.
There it is. 1 week from tonight.
We'll see you there, I bet.
Where the Racing Roundup show is going to be at the front gate. Jim Trado and the whole gang. We're going to be at the front gate at the Dixieland. We got some. Jim, we have somebody else. Ryan, thank you very much.
I think we have a line of people here
very
talking
much.
Frank. So I don't know if you need the headset, but here you go.
We're gonna bring up current dirt late model racer and all around good guy, Turk Letizia. Turk, welcome to the Racing Roundup show. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
What could possibly what could you have going on with Frank Smith?
So several years ago, I never got the pleasure of racing against Frank like a lot of guys have. I did. I was just starting as Frank was kind of getting ready to retire there. But I was in between trailers. I sold one. My new one wasn't done. I needed a trailer. And Bobby was down at the shop, and he says, you know what? Call my dad. My dad's got a trailer. He's not using it. So call Frank. Yeah, come get it. We'll use it. No problem. So we go out to the farm, and he's showing me around and all these old cars and whatnot. And we're going to start hooking up the trailer. So we get, this bucket of keys, and we start moving a couple cars so we can get to the trailer. And we finally get to it. We get it out, and we're looking for the padlock keys. Can't find them. He gets this big box of keys, dumps it on the bench, keys everywhere. So after about a half hour of looking for keys for this padlock, he says, fine, forget it. We can run a bunch of extension cords out, fire up the grinder, grind it off, cut it. We're good to go. We got everything we need. And so he showed me how everything I need for the trailer. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it. Very nice. And he goes, what'd you do with that lock? I says, well, I throw it out. He says, you did what? Where did you throw it? So he made me dig in the garbage can so we could get the lock out so that he could weld it back together so when he eventually found the key, he could reuse the lock.
Did you ever find that key, Frank?
I can't remember, but for sure saved the lock for one thing. You probably found the key later on. I don't know.
So then
you didn't throw nothing away back in him.
No,
nothing.
Sure didn't. And then I returned the trailer, and Bobby calls me up. He says, my dad says you didn't give him the loading tire. I'm like, well, we never took the loading tire. We're going to load it. We never loaded it. It's still in the side of the barn. He's like, oh no, my dad says you have it. You stole his tire. It was a big ordeal for a couple weeks till he called me up. He says, don't worry, I found the tire. But one more quick thing. Frank stops by the shop and he was, popping rivets in the car the other day, but he stopped at the car lot around Halloween, and his daughter Lynn says, you know what, we're keeping him off of soda, we're keeping him off of candy, don't give him any candy. Well, Frank found himself the candy bowl we're giving away to the kids. I says, hey, smile. He turns, he looks. I got a nice candid shot of a bunch of candy wrappers in front of the candy bowl and sent it to Lynn. I says, I'm doing a real good job here.
You got him in trouble. Yeah. Jeez. Well, thank you.
Having fun.
Thank you, Turk. Thanks for sharing that. And that trailer story, hey, mister, that trailer story reminds me of when a few years ago I purchased an ice cream truck down in Chicago. And we went and borrowed Richie Locke's trailer and your truck, and you and I went to Chicago to pick up this ice cream truck, and it was a little sketchy, and I was a little bit scared, and I wanted to just get this thing on the trailer and then just get the heck out of Dodge. And Frank's going, no, we need to move it ahead just a couple inches. Okay, we gotta get the balance right on here. Now, okay, we gotta get this tied down really good. I'm going, Frank, we gotta get out of here.
Get out of town.
Let's get out of town. Somehow or another, we made it, and I had an ice cream truck, and I had some great stories. So thanks for that.
The trip went good.
It did. It went good, and then you know what Frank doesn't like? He doesn't like when you wear sunglasses. Because I put my sunglasses on in the truck, and he said, you take those things right off right now, or I'm going to slap them off you. He said, I want to see your eyes. Okay, all right, I'll take my sunglasses off. So the mastermind behind this party, Jim mentioned that it was me and Lynn. I think Lynn had a heck of a lot more to do with it. Let's hear from your daughter, Lynn Smith.
Hang on, one quick thing.
What?
One quick thing. Lynn wanted to go last.
Lynn wanted to go last?
You didn't know that.
Okay.
I'm back up here to tell you we are so pleased and happy that everybody's here to celebrate with Frank, who's been a great sport. But I have some names of people that I saw in the crowd. I apologize if I missed you. But here's some of the folks that enjoyed the party, and we hope you get to watch the show. If you haven't been here, if it got a little loud in here, we want to make sure you join our website, racingroundupshow.com, or watch it on Facebook. Tonight in the crowd, we had John Sturgis, Billy Hoffman, Jeff and Holly Quadere, John Burnside, Jigs Lindhorst, Grant and Marilyn Shaw and their son Greg. They were very much a part of what was going on way back when. Mike Weber, Alan Lewis teaching her here tonight. Mark Brunner, Randy Lidke, Ted Debbie and Jake Dolan, Kurt Davis, Scott Hansen, Turk Letizia, Bobby Gutenack, Jim and Faye Hendricks, Brett the Jet Sievert with his wife Stacy, Bill Gagliano, Al Schill and his wife Gwen, Pee Wee Wakoyak, Dan Source, Ryan Farrell, Bobby Gutenack, Pete O, Brendan Ostrowski. I think that's people that I saw that I can't tell you. There's probably more that I didn't get a chance to write down, but that's a lot of people saying happy birthday to you, Frank.
It is. And you know it's the birthday boy because he's got the balloon in his pocket that says happy birthday. There you go.
Free one. Can't beat free, remember
Can't
that.
beat free. No, you can't beat free.
Nothing's free. I got that for you.
Oh, nothing's free. I always say that.
It was free for you.
Nothing's free.
Yeah.
You always say go
Jim,
free.
what else do we have?
We have Lynn Smith to give us our final words, and then we're going to say thank you for joining us.
Lynn, what do you have for us? First of all, thank you so much for putting
Hey,
this
give Lynn a
together.
hand. She bought you the pizza tonight.
Yes.
She wanted to put a party on for her dad because you know what? She said my dad likes to not like make a big deal out of his birthday. So thank you for making a big deal for Frank's birthday.
Yes, and thank you for putting it together, Lynn.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So you're one of two kids. You're the youngest one.
I'm the oldest one. Well, I don't want to have to buy him any more birthday presents or Christmas presents, so I'm the oldest one.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome.
What's up?
Not much. I hear wonderful stories about my dad all the time. And I was young when most of these stories happened. And I don't have stories like that about my dad or about racing. What I do have are stories about a great man who's my father. And I know him as Dad, not Frank Smith. So I have to say, he taught me sportsmanship And he introduced me to a world that, like Gwen just said, we are so fortunate to have, because we have a room full of people here that are family. I mean, every single one of you have made us family, and that's what's important. And when I was a little kid, I didn't have my jacket on at the racetrack. I can tell stories about so many people here, more than my dad. I was running around the racetrack one night, and I didn't have my jacket on, and Holly Quadre saw me. She reported back to my parents that I didn't have my jacket on.
Did you get in trouble?
Guess who got in trouble for not having her jacket on? It was 64. It wasn't that cold. But I love how the tables have turned now, and Turk sends me pictures of my dad eating candy now when he's not supposed to.
That was a big joke.
And the second generation of all of us that grew up together and have such a bond report back to me about my dad, and I love it. I mean, they say it takes a village, and it really does. And this is definitely our village. This is what family is all about. So as much as we honor him today, we honor all of you guys for being in our lives.
To that I say, let's raise a toast to the Smith family, and you are all family, with Frank Smith on his birthday tonight.
Okay, now I have everybody talks about the big jump and the ride in the car. Well, I have Danny Source here.
Yep.
He donated a Lincoln to me, and whether he knows it or not, there's a day coming when he's going to take the jump off that hill, and he doesn't realize it yet. I just haven't got a chance to get her running. So he said, I won't sell you the car, but you can have it and do what you want. I said, okay, so you got something to look forward to.
Got a ride coming. I've seen that hill.
You got a ride
off
coming.
Yes.
That's Danny.
Not in the Lincoln, though.
And not on the course around the farm.
I don't know if he went down the course or not.
Stories will continue.
Yep, like I said before, Jim, I think we're gonna carry on here after a while. After
got a
we
few
get
more
up.
hours to go here.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're at Polly's Pub and Eatery. We'll be here for a while. It's been a great show. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Hey, Frank, happy birthday.
I appreciate everybody coming. I thank you very much. I love the stories, and hopefully, maybe we'll be around next year to tell some more. So, anyhow,
We'll be here at your 90th. We're here for your 90th.
Yeah, Lynn will be here to remind me.
Which is in 20 years.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Appreciate that.
What a great night we had. Thanks to
Ken,
Justin Peck for joining us.
Will you have a happy birthday, please?
Thank you, Frank. Happy birthday to you too, pal.
Happy birthday to you, and happy
Thank you.
birthday to Emily as well.
Oh, wow. Cool. 3 birthdays in the crowd that we know about. Thank you, Dean Strom. What a great show we've had tonight. Thank you to Dave Schmalz or Matt Rapino for making it all happen. My son, Sam Trado, along with Greg Lapine, who's going to be with us next week when we're at Kaukauna, live at 5:30 on the Fan Midway right at the front gate. In 2 weeks' time, we're at the Oak Creek Automotive Night at the Cellar, August 9th. Our website has that info, racingroundupshow.com. It's been a lot of fun joining the program. Thank you, Sherry Prague, as well as our friends Bruce and Mark for helping the show happen, and Sherry Prague as well. It's been a lot of fun. Dean, thanks so much. We're back here next Tuesday on the air at 5:30. Until then, set your DVRs and have at it, racers.
Thank you for joining us for the Racing Roundup Show. Like our show on Facebook, contact us via our website, racingroundupshow.com, and interact with us on Twitter and Instagram at Racing Roundup. We are delivering fresh content every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. Until next time, race fans, support your local racetrack, set your DVR, and have at it, racers.